Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Yo, it's Classic with Classic Code Sports, and we here going on another reaction journey, going over to Anton Daniels as we look over Zion Williams and his accusations that he's dealing with. Before we get into it, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and chime in on the situation, whether you agree or disagree on whatever takes I may have. Let's have a conversation so we can crack these codes. I'm not real big on wasting time, so we're going to get right into it. Let's see what they're talking about.
Pelican star Zion Williamson faces rape and abuse allegations from a woman who is claiming to be a former girlfriend.
In court documents, the woman, identified as Jane Doe, is accusing the star of raping her twice and then continuing a pattern of abusive behavior. This, as Zion's attorney says, they've reported the plaintiff's extortion attempts to law enforcement.
We have team coverage for you on this case tonight. First, let's start with WDSU reporter Ariel Brumfield as she breaks down what is in those court documents. Ariel.
Well, you guys, this lawsuit was filed yesterday by a woman who is making some very serious accusations, and at this time she is seeking both emotional and monetary damages. Pelican star Zion Williamson now defending his name against sexual assault allegations after a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend says he raped and abused her.
Those lawsuits could come from a variety of reasons, whether or not it's redress of damages, seeking to right a wrong, or just simply trying to get some money out of somebody.
In a civil lawsuit filed Thursday in California, the alleged victim says she and Williamson maintained a relationship from 2018 to 2023. And in court documents, she details what she says happened. According to those documents, she says Zion pinned plaintiff down on the bed with her hands behind her back and raped her. In another instance, she says he picked her up, threw her down to the ground, and pinned her shoulders down so she could not move. She says the defendant violently raped her in multiple ways. In a statement, Michael Blasio, Williams' attorney, pushing back against the allegations, saying the allegations contained in the complaint are categorically false and reckless.
We didn't see this coming. It's not even a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of who it's going to happen to, because as much as I think that Zion does not take his craft as serious as he should take his craft, in which he's paid millions of dollars to do so, I think that the bigger question and the bigger issue, which we'll get to him choosing a little bit more carefully and shortly, but I think that the bigger question here is, how did we not see this when there's a pattern of behavior that's incentivizing women to claim or make false accusations against men, when we all know that this is a finesse? But when you say believe all women, when you allow for people to continue to push these stereotypes and these negative dispositions and these lawsuits through on people that are more significant, I know that we've had a Shannon Sharp situation. They always first file a civil suit and they look to, and here's the play, they're looking for him to settle so that they can go and get their bag and then they can keep it moving. The problem also is that they're asking for an exponentially crazy amount of money in order for them to go away. It's crazy. It's insane. And it's unfortunate because this isn't, and let's be clear, Zion Williamson, in my opinion, is the victim here. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Zion Williamson is the victim here.
All right, so let's talk about it from a different lens before we talk about Zion being a victim. Zion is not a victim. He is a person who is being victimized. Tell you the difference is simply that this happens to men of resources and means all the time. Enough for you to see that the stove is hot. It's enough. We have enough data, enough situations, enough examples, enough court cases to know better. I know Anton is big on men exercising dick discipline, as am I. Zion clearly has an issue when it comes to intimacy with females. I'm not saying that this man, that I believe that he's guilty. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he does have a issue, maybe an addiction, some sort of a what do you call it? A kink We've seen this guy in the media for his dealings with women a lot for us to know him for playing basketball. A lot. So he has a problem. He has a problem. We're not gonna comb over that and just talk about the bogus charges. Yeah, do I think that she's, trying to take him to the cleaners and get that bread? For sure. But could there be some truth sprinkled in? Possibly. I'm not going to rule it out just because in this particular situation, we know that this man does have a problem with regards to this area of life. So that's what I have to add for now. Let's go.
Because we all know, especially for a woman that is claiming to have been in a relationship with him for 5 years, that she then comes out, didn't make any kind of criminal complaint whatsoever, but is seeking monetary damages. At some point, now we just looking at men that basically gonna just have to decenter women and just divest themselves of ever being in a relationship with these women in the first place. And some people will say, well, he should have got married before he did it. Fair, go ahead, make that accusation, make that claim, but it doesn't take away. And you being married to somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you vetted for the right person. It does not take away the false accusations. The real criminals are the ones that are trying to fleece these guys out of their money when they were in a consensual relationship in the first place. And not only that, they are trying to ruin their reputations. And I warn guys, I'm warning y'all because it's going to continue to trickle down. If you didn't listen to me before, I'm trying to tell you now. It is going to continue to trickle down onto regular, everyday, successful guys, and women are going to start leveraging the believe all women feminist narrative that has been pushed in order to continue to put these guys under duress and then get a bag. Because
so there's two things. There's proactive and there's reactive. And as much as we understand what Anton is saying, and as much as I agree with it, understand what you're up against and move accordingly, though. That's the part we miss, is move accordingly. Zion, stop dealing with 304s. Zion, stop taking transactional poom. Sometimes you just got to go by the word. What my man say, was it Paul? Which one was it in the Bible said, it is better to marry a wife than to burn with passion and desire. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, if you can't control that urge, man, take you up a bride, man. And make sure, and listen, if you extra nasty, make sure that the woman, when you vetting her, make sure she is certified nymphomaniac. They're out there. Just wife one of them. And y'all just be as crazy, as freakazoidy as y'all want to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, go crazy. But these streets unforgiving. We've seen it too many times. The streets unforgiving, fam. You play the field long enough, you're going to catch a pop fly. I keep telling y'all, man. So we're not going to let Zion escape his accountability, and we're going to use this as an example to talk to men in general. You can't escape your accountability either. Some of y'all got to understand what y'all doing out here in the field and find different ways to protect yourselves against this type of stuff being leveraged on you. Be proactive. You feel me? On the flip side, understand the nature of the beast. These women showing you every day how evil it get, how wicked it get. They telling you right out their own mouths. And again, for the good women, I always bring y'all up because I know y'all exist and I understand that y'all are the few. I'm not talking about y'all. But when I say that, it's a whole bunch of women that it don't apply to that think that I'm excluding them. No, you a part of this. But we got to understand that, the nature of this beast. And you got to move accordingly, man. But the woman is dead wrong. He is being victimized, but he gave him a reason. What we always say, don't give him a reason. We gave him a reason. We gave him a reason to slightly, I even had to question it because we know he's been in the media for this too much. We know he nasty. He a freakazoid. So it do make you look at it twice when it come to him in particular. So let this be an example. Don't give him a reason. Don't give nobody a reason to question your character, your integrity. We got examples of that too. You got the Jalen Hurts of the world. Upright individual, man. As far as we can see. Like, take notes. There's what to do and what not to do available for us to see. So I just want to cover it from a full spectrum. Let's go.
Nobody want to potentially put themselves in a situation where they can ruin their reputation, ruin their bag, ruin their money. And also, have to wind up paying a whole bunch of money and then finding themselves in a really bad space. It's messed up. It really is messed up. But let's continue to watch this and see what's going on.
And an attempt to exploit a professional athlete driven by a financial motive rather than any legitimate grievance. Legal analysts are weighing in on the claims.
It could be that this case could be prosecuted both civilly and criminally if the prosecuting authorities in California or any other state choose to do so. But that can depend on a case-by-case evaluation by the district attorneys in each jurisdiction.
Court documents also say Williamson is accused of a continuing pattern of sexual assaults and abusive behaviors toward the plaintiff, spanning across several states. A legal analyst says statutes of limitations for sexual assault vary state by state. Court documents say
basically they trying to hit him for trafficking, similar to Diddy. Oh man, you was flying with me to this state, I was playing over into this state, and so now I can then hit you with different charges because we can finesse the system to make it work for us.
First rape happened in California nearly 7 years ago.
In Louisiana, you only have a year to file from date of incident. In the case of an allegation regarding sexual assault or sexual violence of some form in Louisiana, the period is 3 years from the date of the alleged incident. In other states, that number of years varies. My understanding is in California, it may be up to 10 years.
This is insane, bro. This is absolutely insane. And again, they mess it up for the women where stuff actually happened, and they be in these whole relationships. They wind up getting left behind because he no longer wants to deal with you. He never married you, and now all of a sudden you want to file some kind of complaint so that you can get paid because you feel entitled to his fortune. Here's the chick, Mariah Mills, who first started blowing the wings off of this dude's doors by accusing him and saying some wild stuff. Now, we don't know who this person is because they are then projecting themselves to be Jane Does. They don't have to reveal their identity when they file a lawsuit. And this woman said that she contacted Tony Busby. Jesus Christ. The same person that's going after Shannon Sharp, same person that's going after Jay-Z.
People speculating that you maybe are Jane Doe. What's the deal?
So, before I answer that, I would like to say...
Why? You know TMZ didn't just so happen to run up on her. This woman is contacting them like, yo, come and interview me. And she look a mess, bro.
I really hope all the victims, including me, get justice and, things that have happened in the past with him and with anybody else, everything gets resolved because a lot of us don't deserve that. And, I just feel like a lot of things have been swept under the rug for so long, and I feel sorry for the victim. I've been through a lot of stuff with him and it's just shocking,
This is unfortunate. I don't even want to give this woman any more camera time because it's disgusting. It's disgusting that we've turned the American justice and legal system into a cash grab for women that have never, not one day, ever put their hands on a basketball or shot a shot in a gym. It's disgusting to me. And I don't.
I mean, listen again, as much as what Anton is saying is agreeable, and I'm not disagreeing, I agree with what he's saying, but as an alternative point, we got to be proactive as men. Control the controllables. If you understand the nature of the beast, you understand what's been done in the past. History is constantly still repeating itself. Somebody new getting shook down every day. So if you know that's what's going on, man, be smart. Be smart, man. But that's all I got on this one, man. We hope that Zion get out from under it. And I hope by the time he retired from the NBA, he still got a fortune, of money that he can live off of comfortably, for the rest of his days. Because it looked like a lot of that shit, he blowing it. You know what I mean? He blowing a lot of bread in the wind. So, money is not, that NBA money don't come forever, especially not with his injury history. So, man, I'm just hoping for the best for the brother, for real, for real. But yeah, that's it. We on to the next one, man. We off this one. It's the Classic Code Sports. Make sure you subscribe, like, and if you don't do nothing else, for me, stick to the codes, man.